Hello and welcome to Friday's second edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where with some trepidation I'm going to attempt a new puzzle by masetab. I've been doing a few masetab puzzles recently, haven't I? They're the territories ones, but this is not territories. This is called Chess-doku, and it's got an absolutely unbelievable rule set, which is going to require us to create a chess position in the grid and then have white move and mate in one. It's just crazy. So I don't know quite how this works. I had a quick skim of the rules before I turned on the webcam, and they're unusual. They are unusual, but this is clearly an absolute worldie in terms of the idea and the innovation behind it. So I'm very keen to have a go at it. And I'll read you the rules and we'll have a go at it together in a moment or two's time. Before that, why is it the second edition of Cracking the Cryptic? Well, that is because earlier on I did a wonderful crossword puzzle. So we did the Friday masterclass, which we do every Friday. Today's puzzle was by James McGackie and was absolutely sensational and quite amusing because there was the opportunity for an error to be made. And lots of people made it. Even the great Mr. Goodliff made it. So it's yeah. If you're into your cryptic crossword solving, do have a look at that. I think you'll enjoy it. You'll certainly enjoy the clues, which are par excellence. What else can I tell you about? Well, there are more things to tell you. We have a bonus video tomorrow morning on the channel, which is from those clever folk over at Jane Street. It is a puzzle called Party Preparation or something, and it's got a little bit of cryptic crosswords, a little bit of lateral thinking. Really, really fun puzzle. And I definitely recommend that to you. You'll all enjoy that. Very clever stuff indeed, and a bit different from our usual fare because it's not Sudoku based, more sort of puzzle lateral thinking based. So that's going live tomorrow morning. What else? Tomorrow is the end of the month, isn't it? Oh, Mark still hasn't got me the name of our Patreon reward winner for February. I will definitely try and ask him to do that for tomorrow. But we're closing in on the 1st of March, where I think it's Blob's coming up with a Sudoku hunt themed around. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cough at the moment. Themed around indexing, and yeah, so those of you who are very good at computing will have no problem at all and race through that pack. Those mere mortals, more like me, may have more difficulties, but they're fabulous puzzles, so look out for those. They're coming on the 1st of March. What else? Let's do birthdays, because I have some of those to do today. Alex, you've turned 20 today, and I know this because your boyfriend Billy Joe wrote to me. Asking me to wish you a happy birthday, but also asking if I could wish you luck, because I think you're looking for a job at present. So I do wish you all the best with that. I know that, especially for young people, it is incredibly difficult. I have a friend of mine whose daughter has been trying to get a job, and it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So Alex, I certainly wish you all the luck in the world, and I hope you have a great birthday. And I hope that the chocolate cake is very heavily iced. Next, someone who's not having chocolate cake, well, not really chocolate cake, is Corey. I hope I'm saying that correctly. It could be Corey. I think Corey. No, Corey. I'm going to go with Corey. David wrote to me and told me that as he was writing the email, I don't quite know how he managed to do both of these things at the same time, he was making lemon and white chocolate cheesecake for you. And you're over in Georgia, a place called, now I'm going to mispronounce this, but I'll still try. Is it Milledgeville? I think I could have got that so badly wrong. But apparently it was the capital of Georgia before the Civil War. I never knew that. It's Georgia is a state I have visited. I would be playing Augusta would be something that I would be very keen to visit Georgia to do. Yeah, I know when I went my trip to my trip to Atlanta last time, I spent a very emotional couple of hours in the Civil Rights Museum, actually, which is a place I recommend to everybody. Extraordinary. But anyway, I digress. Corrie, I hope you have a brilliant birthday, and David, thank you for your email. I did really appreciate the kind sentiments in it. Joy, you've turned 29 today. I know that you live in London, and I know you've been deciding on a new name, and I think Joy was very likely to win, and therefore you were hoping that your old self could wish a happy 29th birthday to your new self. Well, and I can do that too. So Joy, many happy returns. I hope, what's the weather like today? It's not too bad. So London should be dry, I think. And I hope that you find some chocolate cake. Next, Kiara. Kiara, you've turned 20, like Alex earlier. And I know this because your boyfriend Javier, what's that? That's nothing to do with your birthday. It's to do with a game-ready driver. But I'm not interested in that. Yeah, your boyfriend Javier wrote to me. He called you his beloved, which I thought was a rather beautiful description. So Kiara, I hope you have a great birthday and the chocolate cake is good. And then finally, Nancy. Nancy, your husband Bob wrote to me and told me that you de-stress after a day's work being a preschool teacher, and you de-stress by watching Cracking the Cryptic. Oh, I hope you didn't watch yesterday. That wouldn't have de-stressed you. I made a mistake halfway through Marty's incredible rat run puzzle, and I spotted I'd made an error and then had to sort of recapitulate all the logic and make sure that all of the conclusions I'd reached were sound, and it took a long time. And I'm sure it was not de-stressful watching. But anyway, Nancy, and I digress again. I hope you have a brilliant birthday today. I hope the chocolate cake is very fine. And with all that said and done, let's have a look at this puzzle. Chess-doku by masetab. The rules, which are unusual, are as follows. Normal 8x8 Sudoku rules apply, which means we're going to have to put the digits 1 to 8 once each in every row, every column, and every one of those sort of rectangles there. Each circled cell represents a chess piece on the corresponding square of a chessboard, with white moving up the board. Each piece type and colour is assigned a unique digit. For example, all white pawns share one digit, and all black pawns another, and not all piece types must appear. All white pieces are globally lower digits than all black pieces, and within each colour, the digit values follow standard chess hierarchy if they exist. So a pawn's value would be less than a knight's value, would be less than a bishop's value, would be less than a rook's value, would be less than a queen's value, would be less than a king's value. That is a really weird rule. In my brain, I am no expert at chess. I do love watching chess, so I really enjoy sort of watching commentated chess, actually. But in my brain, aren't knights and bishops about the same? So in this puzzle, apparently there is a standard. So this seems to suggest that knights are definitely worth bishops, and that's sort of well understood. But doesn't it depend on the position? Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. This next rule is mad. The chess position is legal. No piece is currently attacking any piece of the opposite colour, regardless of if it is defended, and white and black have identical material, brackets the same number of each piece type. No pawn promotions have occurred. It is white to move, and white has a checkmate in 1. Digits separated by a white crocky dot are consecutive. This is a magnificent rule set. It is magnificent. So we're somehow going to have to create a chess position which is even, it's balanced in terms of material, but obviously very unbalanced in terms of who's winning, because white is going to be able to mate black in 1 move. And the only other thing I just wanted to mention as I was reading through that, this business about globally all white, what did it say? It said something about global values. Hang on. All white pieces are globally lower digits than all black pieces. So I think what that means is, what are we dealing with today? The digits 1 to 8. So if, how to express this? So yeah, so I think this means that the white digits will be 1 to 4. And don't quote me on this in case this is logically not correct, but I think that means the white digits will be 1 to 4 and the black digits will be 5 to 8, I think, but I could be wrong. We're going to have to think that through. Anyway, do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual, but now I get to play. Let's get cracking. So the highest digit is an 8, and that is circled. Now, that is, therefore, the top valued black digit, which is a king. So that is a black king. It might not look like a black king, it might look like an 8, but that is a black king. So we better have colours for black, better we? It's going to be a bit awkward, actually, because I've got a sort of brown chessboard. I'll make that. Well, okay. Here is a very simple deduction, but I'm taking it. A black king could move to that cell. So this has to be a black piece, doesn't it? Because if it was a white piece, it would be attackable by the black piece, and we're not allowed to have anything that's attackable. Let me just double check that bit of the rules. I thought that's what I'd understood. No piece is currently attacking any piece of the opposing colour. So this would be attacked. So that's got to be a black digit. But we don't know what it is. We don't know what it is, do we? So it's going to be hard for it to be a queen. If it's a queen, then it's going to convert loads of cells into also being black, because it will see so many of them, and it would attack them if it was a queen. And we've got a 7 here, so that is the next best black digit, or not black digit, black piece, sorry, that isn't a king. So if this was so this can't be a queen, because then this would be a nothing. Yeah, this is probably a black queen, I think. So that would be, there's only one queen and one king. So this would be a rook, bishop, knight, or pawn. How do you actually do anything with this puzzle, though? I'm not sure I understand how to start at the moment. I mean, I know I've got that. Oh, that's got to be black as well. So this is either a... It does have to be black, doesn't it? There's no way. No, it does have to be black because it's equal material. So, yeah, if there's equal material, what I said earlier in the instructions is correct, isn't it? Because you can't have a mismatch. You couldn't have 5 different white pieces and 3 different black pieces. There are only 8 different pieces in the puzzle because we're only dealing with the numbers 1 to 8. So if there were 5 different white pieces and 3 different black pieces, you couldn't have equal material. So there are 4 white pieces, there are 4 black pieces. So there are definitely missing pieces, because in chess, 1, 2, 3, I have to count them. How could I not know? There are 6 different pieces. So there are exactly 2 pieces that don't appear in the puzzle. How many pieces are there altogether? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 is even. That's good, because if we're going to have equal numbers of pieces, that's going to make sense. So there are 22 pieces. So there are 11 pieces on each side. But one piece on each side must be a king. So there are 10 pieces on each side that are not kings. And they could be queens, but if they were queens, there would only be one of them. There's going to be pawns, isn't there? Is it possible that this position exists without pawns? Then there would be 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. So there are pawns. Well, that's big. And I mean, I know it sounds silly, but it might be silly, but that is a big deduction, because that means that the digit 1 in this puzzle and the digit 5 in this puzzle are pawns. And let me explain why I think this is true. There are 11 pieces on each side. Even if I say there's no pawns, then I would have to be capable of creating 11 chess pieces from knights, bishops, rooks, queens and kings without there having been pawn promotion. You can't do it. There's only 2 knights at the start of chess, 2 bishops, 2 rooks, a queen and a king. So that's 8 pieces. Now each side has 11 pieces. So some of these are pawns, and once some of them are pawns, because they have the lowest value within their colour, 1s are pawns for white, and 5s are pawns for black. So, but I've only got... Sorry, let me just think this through. So I know that... But you can't have infinite pawns. I mean, obviously you can't have infinite pawns, but you actually can't have... The chess position is legal. No pawn promotions have occurred. So, right. So let's just think about white's pawns then. So no pawn promotions have occurred. So there are no white pawns in row... Oh no. Oh, this is going to confuse everybody. If anybody's coming to this from chess, is that rank 8 in chess? That's row 1 in Sudoku, and it's got an 8 by the side of the grid. Oh dear. Well, okay, I'm just ignore that number by the side of the grid, because that's going to totally confuse me if I have to invert every piece of logic I've ever said on the channel type thing. But there can't be a white pawn in this row, because it would be promoted. And there can't be a white pawn in this row because it wouldn't be legal. You can't move pawns backwards. So there are actually only 6 rows that could possibly have a pawn. But if we do put 6 white pawns on this board, I have to have a king, that's 7, and I can only have 4 pieces. So what I'm thinking is I can't have a queen. Because if I have a queen, then that only uses up 1 piece, but it uses up one of my 4 numbers. That's the critical thing. I've only got four numbers to allocate to 4 different pieces as a chess player. So I could have lots of pawns, that's fine. I could only have 2 rooks, 2 bishops, or 2 knights. I can only have 1 queen and 1 king. So so the only way we can make this balance and secure 11 pieces in each colour is for for me to have 6 pawns, 2 of 2 other pieces, and 1 king. That will get me just to 11, won't it? So there are no queens in this puzzle. Because all of that logic I've just explained is relevant for white and black in order that they have the same thing. So, and one of the pieces that is a knight, a bishop or a rook will make no appearance in the puzzle. Okay, but there are lots of pawns. There are 2 pawns. Oh, I see. This is very clever. Right. There are 2 pawns, 1 of each colour, in all of the central rows. Now this row, we know that the pawn values are 1 and 5. So these are 1 and 5. But look, if this was a white pawn, it would break the rules in 2 ways. It would be attacking the king, which is not supposed to be in check, and the king would be attacking it, which is not supposed to happen. So that's a 5, and this is a white pawn, and it's very close. I'm going to make it green. It's very close to promotion. But, oh, hang on. So this cell must be white, because otherwise the pawn would be attacking it, and nothing's meant to be attacking it. What on earth is that, then? Oh, this is so clever. Right, now, 7, I worked out 7 was not a queen, because there are no queens in the puzzle. 7 is now not a rook. If 7 was a rook, it would be attacking the pawn. So 7... There are no queens and no rooks in this puzzle. 7 is a bishop. 7, that is a bishop. And the pieces that are used in the puzzle are bishops, knights, pawns, and 1 king on each side. So 2 knights, 2 bishops, 6 pawns, and 2 kings. And this cell is under attack by the bishop. So it must also be a black digit. I love this. This is absolutely brilliant. And I've got to put lots of 1s and oh yeah, okay. Look at this row. I'm going to call it this row because I don't want to call it row 4. Is it ranks and files in chess? Maybe if I use rank, my brain will reset itself. Rank 4. Row 5. There must be 2 pawns in this row, so that's a 1-5 pair. Which is so the same in rank 3. This can't be a 1 or a 5, but there must be a 1 and a 5 in this row. So this is a 1-5 pair. This row also has a 1 and a 5 in it, but I don't know if I know. Well, I know that's not a 1 because I know that. Oh, hang on, I don't like that. I'm going to use corner marks, I think, and that can't be a 1 because 1 is going to be a white piece. But this could be a 1, couldn't it? Because it would be attacking that cell, which seems to be fine. And if that was a 1, don't know, that's probably fine as well. So there has to be a 1 in rank 2, row 7. It's not there, so it must be in one of those cells. But there doesn't have to be a 1 in this row. Yeah, that's still quite good though. Where's 1 in box 7? And the answer by SUDOKU is it's in one of these 3, but it can't be there because that's not a legal position for a white pawn. So 1 is in one of these cells, which means we can place 1, I think, in this box, because 1 has to be, well, there's sort of an X-swing on 1s. If you look at those cells, The ones are either going to live in that configuration or this configuration. So neither of these can be a 1, and yet there must be a 1 in a circle in rank 5. Did you see what I did there? So this has got to be a 1, that's got to be green. So 5 is now in one of those two in rank 5. So there's an X-wing on 5s. Oh, that doesn't actually do anything. I was hoping that was going to do something, but or hang on. Well, no, it doesn't really. 5 is in one of two positions in file C, column 3, by SUDOKU. But I think it's perfectly possible, at least. Oh, hang on. I tell you what, you can't do. That cell can't be a white pawn. Because if that's a white pawn, it will be attacking whichever one of these is a black pawn. And one of them is. So that is not a 1. So the 1 is in one of these. Okay. I don't know what that means. I've got some Kropki dots. I've been steadfast. Well, I haven't been ignoring them. I just haven't even noticed them. 5. So that's a 3-cell strip. Oh no, it could be. I was about to say it has to be 2, 3, 4. That's not true. It could be 6, 7, 8. It's 3 cells that are consecutive, isn't it? So it's either between the 1 and the 5, which would be 2, 3, 4, and make that a 3, or it's the other side of the 5 and it's 6, 7, 8. So that's always odd. So these are always even. I don't dare get into pencil marking parities. If this was a 1, that would be a 2, that would be a 3. Oh wow, okay, I've really stumbled here. What do you think we're meant to do? I'd like to know where the white king is. So the white king is going to be a 4. Where do we think that could be? I mean, in theory, it could be up here. It's quite unlikely in a real game of chess for it to end up. Oh, it can't be there, because then it would be attacking the 5. Well, okay, what is this cell? See, we don't know what colour this is, though, do we? We're dealing with pawns, knights, bishops, and kings. So this cell can't be a knight, because if it was a knight, it would attack the black pawn here. So this is not a knight, which a knight is a 2, isn't it? Because it is the lowliest piece that isn't a pawn. So this is not a 2. That's got to be 3 or 4. And if it's 3, it's a bishop. And hang on, I've just had a different thought. Bishops have to be on opposite colours in chess. So if this was a bishop, then there would have to be a white bishop as well. Not only a white bishop, but a white bishop on white cells. Because this would be a white bishop on brown cells. So we've got a bishop that's on that's on a white cell. So we need a brown circled 7 is what we need. I bet that's difficult to put in. Oh, you can't put it there because of SUDOKU. Oh, could you put it there? No, actually you can't put it there because it would be attacking the white 1. So this is good. So there is no 7. There is no circled brown 7 in the top 4 ranks of the grid, and there's no circled brown 7 there, and there's no circled brown 7 there. So it could be this one, could it? Yeah, it could be that one. That doesn't attack anything, so that could be the brown, or the black bishop on the brown colour. Or that one, maybe? I think it has to be one of those two. And if it was this one, that would have to be a black piece. So that would be a 5 coming down the board. Okay. I'm not sure what to do with that. Okay, I'm getting a bit stuck now. So, can I deduce what colour this is? It's got to be a number. I mean, I know that's a fatuous thing to say, but it does have to be a number. It can't be the white king, so it's not a 4. And it can't be a bishop that's white, because that would attack this. Okay, so let's actually think this through. I'm going to put in all the options. And I know it's completely frivolous to do that, but I think we can rule some of them out. If it's a white piece, it cannot be a bishop and it cannot be a king. So it would have to be a white knight. If it's a black piece, it would either be a knight, which wouldn't attack any of those pieces, or it would be a 7, which it can't be, because we've already had the white 7. So this is only a 2 or a 6. Which I'm wondering if what we have to do... How's this getting attacked if you can't use queens or rooks? You can't... that's it. Yeah, okay. You can't get to this cell with a bishop, because in one move, because even if I can't make that a white bishop, it would be attacking this cell already. So there's no way that the move that creates checkmate on the black king, it must be a knight moving. It must be. So is this forcing this to be a white knight goes there? No, because then that cell wouldn't be coverable. How does this thing get checkmated? It's going to have to be a knight. Well, okay. I mean, we're not moving this king, so it's a knight that's there or there. So it must be a knight that gets there, and it can't be that cell. I don't think it can be that cell. If that's a knight and it goes there, what's covering this cell? Nothing. The king could move here. So something else has to get to this cell, and it's got to be a white knight, and it's not that cell. So it's that cell. That is a white knight, and apparently that will deliver checkmate. Which it will. That's just sick. So this cell is a white knight, and I think this one might be as well to cover this escape. Because what I'm seeing is, if this is what colour is it going to be? No, I know it's white. I think if that's a 2, which is a white knight, and it moves here, it puts the king into check. Now the king can't go here because this is a white pawn. It could go here, but not if this is also a white knight, and I'm allowed 2 white knights. So I think that's a white knight. And the check is going to get delivered here. And now there can't be any more 2s in any circles. And the reason for that is we've had 2 white knights already. So the 2 in this box is in one of those 2 cells, and the 2 in that box is in one of those 2 cells by SUDOKU. Maverick's trying to take off. Now, does this see any others? Ah, you rotten game. You rotten... I was thinking if that saw by knight's move a circle, we would know the colour of that circle would have to be white, but it doesn't. No, that doesn't work either. Oh, bother. Oh, I see. What I can do, I do need to put a 5 into this row. I can put that in. That's helpful. That's frankly helpful because it's going to unwind this 5-1 pair, isn't it? So that becomes 5. That becomes 1. So this pawn is sort of just blocked. This pawn is not blocked. I was going to say these can't be white knights, but no, they can't be anyway because we've had our 2 white knights. Okay, I don't know what this means, but probably something. I don't know what to do. Oh, masetab, please. It's already been quite complicated. Please let it be easy now. Okay, yeah. Where's 2 in this box? We've worked out there's no more 2s in circles, so that is a 2, but it's not a piece. So 2 is in one of 2 places in box 2. Oh, that's very underwhelming, isn't it? That's not done. But maybe that one. If that was, that can't be a 5. If that was a 5, it would be attacking the knight. So that's not going to be a 5. Could be a 1. The 5 is now in this domino in box 4, rank 6. So what could this be? Oh, it's quite difficult to do this, to keep track of everything that's going on. I haven't put in any white bishops apart from maybe that. If that was a 3. That's important. No, that could be bobbins. I was about to say that's crucial, but it's not. I was looking at brown cells that could be bishops on the brown colour, and I was thinking maybe these had to be a white and a black piece, bishop piece. But I've just realised that this could be the bishop. That is on a brown cell. It doesn't look like it, but it is. Oh, hang on. I've got a 1 looking at that cell now. So 1 in the bottom row is here. But it's not a piece, so I don't think it's quite as crucial as it might have been. Oh, I see. That's lovely. This 2 stops this being a 1, because that would be a 2 by Kropki logic. So that's a 5, that's a 1. That means I can colour them, which is by far the most exciting thing. And if this is a 5 coming down the board, oh my goodness, it's attacking these 2 pieces. So both of those pieces have to be black pieces. And this has to be the position of the 1. So this is now a 1, which is definitely a green. Oh, my phone's buzzing, that's fine. So this... it's one of these 5, because then it could get promoted. Oh, what's going on? Okay, this is a 5, so this is a 4 or a 6, and that's going to be a 3 or a 7 by Kropki logic. Okay. And how many pieces have we had now that are black pieces? We have had... Oh, I've got it. It's got to be which which piece, because these are white. Those two are both on white cells. So I think now is the time we can ask about the black bishop on the brown cells. Which piece is that? Because I haven't put it in, and I think it's got to be there. So I think that is a 7 and is a black piece, and that doesn't hit anything, which is also a sign it's probably correct. Okay, so the pieces I haven't put in that are black are, I've put both 7s, I've put the king, so I've got 2 6s to put in, and 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 2 6s and 2 5s to put in, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so 2 6s and 2 5s. Well, I can't put the same digit in both of those, so they've got to be a 5-6 pair. Does that do something to this? I see it means it's not 6. So this can't be 8 anymore. So that could be 6, 6, 7, 8. Or, if this is 2, 3, 4, or 4, 3, 2. I think it's still got quite a lot of optionality, actually. I'm afraid. I don't think we can do anything particularly spectacular there. So this digit is not a 1, but we know it must be 5 or 6, don't we? So this digit, because they're the only digits we've not yet put into all our black cells. Now this cannot be a black cell because I'm only allowed to put 5s and 6s into the remaining black cells. So that is not a 5. This is a 5. And that is, it's a 3 or a 4. So it's either the white king or a white bishop. It can't be a white bishop because it would attack that cell. Oh, that's lovely. Okay, so that's the white king. Now there's only one white king, so that's a white bishop. Now how many white... I've got all my white pawns placed. So this digit is not a white pawn. So this cell is either a 3, which is a... Is it on the right colour? No, that's it. That's it. We've got a brown... We've got the white bishop on brown cells already. So that if that was a 3, it would be a second white bishop on the same colour. So that's the 3. And therefore this is whatever else we need. Well, so that's the black digit is what we've just learned. That's the missing black digit, which is a... I don't know what it is. Something. Well, it depends. It's a 5 or a 6, I think. It's definitely not a 1. It's a 5 or a 6. So, okay. And this is definitely a white cell. It's quite challenging, but absolutely fascinating, this. Now, I can put 3 by Sudoku into that cell. And I need these to be 4, 7, 8, which is fine. Which means this digit is a something, being a 6 by Sudoku. This digit is not a 4. So these are from 3, 7, 8. Oh, they're not 7, are they? Because I've got a 7 here. So that's 7. I do hope I'm not making any logical errors here. Oh, this is a 7. Oh, I didn't realise that. That's been available forever. Oh, so that's a 7. And 6 and 4 have to go into those two cells. So, 4 in column 1 is placed. So 4, 6. This is a 2-6 pair, so this is an 8. And then I can do the 6 and the 2 using this power. The power, that reminds me of blueprints. Where I shouldn't think about that now. I've got enough in my mind. This is an 8, so that's an 8. That's a 4. That seems to have to be a something, being a technical term for a 4. So that's not a 4 anymore. So that's not a 2, because it would go 2, 3, 4. Now what are those two digits then? Those two digits are a 2 and a 6. That's good. There's a 4-6 pair here. So that's got to be a 6. That's got to be a 2. Somehow that doesn't bounce back over there. Maybe these digits, 2, 3, 8? No, that's spectacularly not what we were looking for, is it? Why have I got 2 in one of these two cells and I didn't? Oh, because of Sudoku. Sorry, I didn't see that. That's fair enough, isn't it? You can't really knock that logic. Okay, so 3, 4, 7, 8 into those cells. Going a bit ham with the, this digit isn't 3 or 7, that's 4 or 8. Going a bit crazy with the pencil marking, aren't I? Do I know what that Kropki dot is? The answer is no. Apparently it's not. I don't know what it is. Do I know, or can I deduce that I've not thought about, see, I don't think I can. How do I do the 5s and the 6s here? Because whichever one of these is 5 is not attacking anything, and whichever one of these is 6 I don't think is attacking anything. Whichever one of these is 6 is, again, not attacking anything. It doesn't seem to be resolved. So is it Sudoku that's somehow going to get me out of this pickle? Oh, I see. I can put 1 into this column. Yeah, so it's not Sudoku, it's this Kropki dot. What do we know about the nature of Kropki dots? They must contain, because they're a consecutive pair, they must contain an odd and an even digit. Well, the only odd digit you can put on this Kropki dot is 5, so that's a 5, which means this is 4 or 6. That's given me a 4-6 pair in the column, which means this digit is 7 or 8, can't be 3. This digit in the corner is 4 or 6, so that's good. So there's a 4-6 pair in this column now, which means this is 8. Let's tidy up some thingies, and we can put, oh, this is a 5 now, so that's 5, that's 6, that's 5, that's 6, right. So we now finally have the correct positions of all our chess pieces. And that digit in the corner is a 2. So these are 4, 7, 8 to complete box thingy. It's going to be these Kropki dots somehow. Well, what is it then? This is, no, that's not resolved. It's 2, 3 or 8. I mean, obviously if this is a 2, 3 pair, that becomes an 8. I don't think there's a reason that, like, why couldn't that be a set? If that's a 7, 8, that's a 4. 7, 8, 4, 3, 2. What? So, do they have to be different? Is that the point? That might not be true. If that was 3, that would be 4, that would be 6. Yeah, that's lovely. That is lovely. Right, these two cells, they are not the same. Because if they were the same, imagine they were both 3, then this would have to be 4 and this would have to be 4. by Kropke logic, and you get 2 4s. So these are different, but as they're different, they're a 3-7 pair, and they look at this cell. So that can't be a 3 or a 7. So that must be a 4. And that's now right. So that's a 7-8 pair. That's a 4. This Kropke dot now, it can't be 7-8 without breaking this cell. So that's got to be 2-3. So it goes 2, 3, 4, 4, 6, 6, 7, 3, 7, 8, 3, 8, 2, 8, 7, 8, 3, I think. And we're just going to check that my logic, I mean, the fact it's worked makes me think it must be correct, but I'm just going to check my logic on the chess. So we have to make sure that white moves, and I think white moves this piece, which is, you may not look it, but it's definitely a knight, there, to say check. It can't go here because of the pawn, it can't go there because of the knight. And then that, there's no way that this gets taken, is there? I don't think it gets taken, so I think that's right. Yes. Congratulations for solving the puzzle. Bonus challenge. From the same position, find a forced checkmate for black in 3 moves. There are a couple of possible variations you will need to calculate. Smiley, oh, you're kidding. From the same position, find a forced checkmate for black. No. No, I don't want to do that. In 3 moves. Oh dear, oh dear. So that's the white king. In 3 moves as well. 3 moves is horrible. So black has to move and force that king to be checkmated in 3 moves. I'm very tempted to say, I'll leave that as an exercise for the reader or the watcher. Let me have a quick think about it. So the black... But hang on. Is the whites allowed to do anything? So if you don't check, if black moves and doesn't check the white king, then white will just checkmate black. So whatever you do to this king has to put it in check. And what are the positions? We've got a pawn, a knight, a bishop. Oh, good grief. Yeah, okay. But you move that piece and you check. There's a sort of discovered check, isn't there? If you move that 6, which is a knight, so say you move the knight there, then you're putting the white king in check. But okay, where can the white king... Oh, because you could advance that pawn as well. That would put the white king in check. Okay, how do you put the white king in check? Which I think you do have to do. You could push the pawn. You could move that knight. Can I move this knight? I don't think I can. I could only move it to there, which I can't move it to there because there's already a piece on that cell. So the first move, I think, is either going to be pawn push, which I really don't know. That's terrible, isn't it? Well, no, maybe it's not, though, because maybe you could just take the pawn. And then you could discover check. But there's actually quite a few places this thing could go. It can't go on that brown diagonal because this is a bishop. Actually, that might be an idea. Should we just, if you'll forgive me for this, I'm just going to change. I'm just going to make that a bishop. And I'm going to make that a bishop. Oh, that's a given. It won't let me. Knights. Knights are N's, aren't they, in chess notation? So that's an N. So this is a king. That's, I can't change that one. This is a pawn. Pawn, pawn. Pawn, pawn. 3. What was 3? 3 was a bishop. 2 is a knight. No, a knight is an N, isn't it? Has that helped me understand what's going on? This is still a bishop, although I can't change the... I mean, I could label all of these as P, couldn't I? Might as well, I suppose. The 5 is a P, the 2 is a knight, the 3 is a bishop. So it's, how do you get that into checkmate in 3? And if you push the pawn... You see, I don't think that's going to work. This thing's got flexibility. In fact, if you push that pawn, you could move it there. You could move it there, 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 there. Oh no, not there, because that's a knight. Or there. You could. It's got a lot of places it can go at the moment. I'm just not good enough at sort of chess problems to be able to give you any proper insights into this, I think. All right, let's actually try and get checkmate rather than... So if I move this here, that would definitely put this in check. Where could it go? It then couldn't go there because the pawn would still be here. So it's in check. And the knight would be here. But I could move the knight there. So the knight's in one of those two positions. I was just thinking this, the next move with this knight might be able to keep this thing in check. So we could... Oh, wait. I hadn't thought of this. I hadn't realised that this thing can become a queen. It can't check it, though. Because that's right on the verge of becoming a queen. Oh, so maybe this thing can't come to the back rank because it'll get checkmated by that. So if this goes there, that's check. Where does this go? It can't go there. If it goes there, and I promote the pawn, it would be in check. But it could go there. It couldn't go there. It could go there. And then I could move the knight to there. So I'd have a knight here. Can this move? It's really hard to see. This would be a king. It would be in check from the knight. The white diagonal is covered by this bishop up here. These two cells are covered by this pawn. So it can't go in those cells. It can't go on it can't go back there, and it can't... Yeah, that's checkmate. That is checkmate. Assuming nothing can take any of those pieces. So something like that, I think. I mean, I think there's loads of ways this can move, but I think it's something like this goes here with the intention of going there. I'm just slightly worried. What happens if the king... So we discover the check and the king goes here. So there's a king here. See, the king could take the bishop for its next move. How would you stop that? Is that obvious? Or maybe the king can't go to that cell. I've just missed why. Or, no. See, what you could do then is you could move that one there. And then when it takes your bishop, you move this knight here and check it. And I can see that a king here couldn't go there because of this pawn. A king here would be in check from the knight. A king here would be in check from the knight that I've moved down to this position. Oh, that might work. That might work as well. So what you do is you move this here, and then if the king does try and run this way, which I think it would have to be to this cell, you bring the knight from here in, and then you checkmate with the knight going to there and then there, and that's still in 3. Anyway, I'm not good enough, and I haven't got a way of showing you this. But that is something like that. Is that a bit hand-wavy? Anyway, what a fantastic puzzle from masetab. I think we can all applaud what is an incredible, incredible achievement. I absolutely loved it. Let me know in the comments how you got on with it. I know it's probably a bit chess-centric today, but I'm sure most of you know how to play chess. Let me know how you got on with the puzzle. Enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind, and we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.